For complex projects that have multiple layers of debt and equity funding, you can now utilize an additional 7 loan facilities in ARGUS EstateMaster DF and DM. When you switch the financing level preference to Advanced, you will now be provided with an option to indicate how many loans you wish to utilize for your project. Once set, the preferences and input fields for the additional loans will appear, along with their cash flows and their metrics on the summary reports. Working with Excel is quite common in this industry, so when you need to export all your projects modelled in ARGUS EstateMaster to Excel to undertake additional analysis, we have introduced a solution to make that process easier. With a simple command called Export File, you can define the file you wish to export to Excel, its password if one was applied to it, the option or stage you wish to export if you are exporting a DF file, and finally the location you wish to save the Excel file. Once you execute the command, it will proceed to automatically export it without any further user intervention required. Another time-consuming task you can now automate using this method is importing actuals from your accounting system into ARGUS EstateMaster DM. Using the Import Actuals command, it's as simple as defining the DM file you want to import into and the accounting system you wish to import from. There are other actions you can also include, such as setting the previous forecast before importing, rolling the cash flow forward after importing, saving the DM file, and exporting it to the database after the process is completed. With any of these command line actions, they can be executed across multiple files at any one time by creating a simple batch file with each command. To provide flexibility in integrating with sales CRM systems, a new SQL Server Integration has been incorporated in EstateMaster DM. To use this feature, select SQL Server as your preferred import source in the Sales CRM System Integration Wizard, enter the name of the SQL Server, your credentials to connect to it, and the name of the database that contains your transaction data. Then, using the inbuilt SQL syntax editor, write your custom query to fetch the sales data from the database. A default query is provided, allowing you to adjust it according to your system's unique table and field names. Once the initial configuration is complete, you can preview your data to ensure your custom query is working as expected. Your projects in EstateMaster DM are now ready to import contracted and available stock sales data from the SQL Server database every month at a click of a button. The Chart of Accounts mapping feature allows you to map the cost codes from one set of chart of accounts to a master chart of accounts, allowing for more control and flexibility when importing actuals into the ARGUS EstateMaster DM cash flow. To set up a mapping, firstly ensure that a master chart of accounts has been created. These cost codes are the ones that will need to be entered against each and every line item in the DM cash flow. Then, on the Mapping tab, start compiling the cost code list by either entering each cost and description one by one or by importing a list from a file. Once the cost code list has been created, using the drop-downs in each row, map each and every one to a master cost code. A master cost code can have many source cost codes mapped to it, also known as many-to-one mapping. Once set up, a mapping can then be adopted within the accounting system integration settings within your ARGUS EstateMaster DM files. This will then determine how transactions are rolled up and mapped from the source accounting system and eventually imported into the ARGUS EstateMaster DM cash flow. This feature is beneficial if you are importing from multiple accounting systems that use different chart of accounts, but you need to cash flow them in DM using a single standardized set of chart of accounts. It can also be used when you are importing transactions that are at the detailed cost code level, but they need to be rolled up and cash flowed in DM at a higher summarized cost code level.